So in this next part, what we're going to deal with is the output string that we have here, where we're going to make this so that each time we click on a button, it will change the text inside this main string area right here. So let's take a look at it real quick. We've got output underscore txt, and then we have change text 1 underscore btn, change text 2 underscore btn, and so on. Be aware that some of these other buttons do not have instance names, so just make sure that you check and know what the instance names are before you go to your actions panel and start trying to find them. Anyway, what we're going to do is copy the existing pre-oop function here. So let me just copy the function and not the invocation of it, the instantiation of it. And I'm going to make a new section here, and this will be the pre-oop text output. And then I'm going to paste that function. Now we're going to change some things, so we want to change the name of the main function. And before we do that though, I want to test something just to show you. If I do Control Enter right now, you'll see that it says duplicate function definition. And that is because I have two functions with exactly the same name. So there it is. We have the stop underscore MC and the stop MC again. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to the change text function, which is what we're going to call it, and test again and see if any error happens. So there's no error this time. That's because these are no longer duplicate names. Now notice that the myClick, my button, and the myMC are private variables of these functions, and even though they're exactly the same, they don't conflict with each other because they're encapsulated within each function. So that's one of those main ideas about object-oriented programming languages that you want to be aware of. Getting back to changing our function for the text, we are going to have a button that's going to be clicked on. However, we're going to have something that's a little bit different here. Instead of my MC, we're going to have my message, and that's going to be a string instead of an object. Then inside the function for my click, we're going to change the output text to whatever that string is worth. So let's select the Insert Target Path tool, find the output underscore txt, then we can do dot text equals my mess, or my message if you wanted to finish that. Then we have the event listener, which runs the click. In order to test if this is correct, we have to basically give it to a button. So let's select the change text up through message and copy that and paste it. And here's where we're going to invoke or instantiate this function. We want to replace the object, my button object, with the button that's going to be clicked on, and I know that is the change text 1 underscore btn. And then we're going to change the my message, which is going to be a string, into an actual string. So I'll put a quotation mark and say hello world. Now to test this, we do Control Enter and see if it works. It says a term is undefined and has no properties. Well, this is the type of stuff that can kind of drive you nuts sometimes. I've noticed this problem as well, so I'm going to go ahead and just remove the this real quick, see if that helps, and it does. And that's that's a weird problem that I've noticed sometimes with using this. Sometimes when you use text items, I guess, and you use the reference, this reference before, it can mess things up. So I just take off this and it seems to work. Now if we want to use this for the next item, all we have to do is copy and paste that, change the number to button number 2, and I can call this something different. So let's test it with Control Enter and see if it does work. So you'll see that it does in fact change that text. So we can pass all sorts of different things to it. Now we're going to do one last thing in the next tutorial that's related to this. So go ahead and save your work and go on.